Hi, welcome back to Bible Doubter. We're a sincere doubter who wants more info on the things they see in the Bible, a place they can come to get perhaps something new to think about. Tower of Babel, that's what we're talking about today, very, very early in the Bible. So the question is, why is it there? Is it true? I'm not going to go into like proofs of the truth of it like I do in some other Old Testament stories. Why is it in there is the question I'm trying to address right now. Why would that be there? Why is there this story, again, seemingly mythical, where they're building a tower that reaches into the heavens and God is displeased with it and he comes down and confuses the languages? What's the meaning of all of this? And if you think of the message of the Bible as a whole, it comes into understanding. So, why was it considered a rebellion against God? Because back to Adam and Eve and to Noah, the command was, be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. The city, as it says right in the text, was an attempt, and it shows the discussion of the people, let's build a city with a tower in it so that we will not be dispersed over the whole earth. So they were defying the command of God to fill the earth. They wanted to stay in one place, stay together. And God says something very powerful about mankind in this. I want to read you this verse because I was profoundly moved and affected. My whole life and theology has been affected by this. It's verse 6. The Lord said, I'll go to verse 5. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the men were building. The Lord said, if as one people, speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Here again what God is saying about sinful men. If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. I keep trying to convince people just how much God respects us because we're made in His image. What a profound statement. If they have two conditions, they're united in purpose and language, whatever they set out to do, they'll do it. That's a profound thing to think about, the power of unity, but even just who we are. We don't really realize who we are. God knows. He created us, and He made us in His image. That separated us from the rest of creation. So that was rebellion. They were supposed to disperse and fill the world. They were not, so God came down and forced them, if you will. He confused their languages, so they had to spread it all over the world. One more thing that should be added about this story. It is the only time in the Bible where we see all of humanity, which wasn't much back then, but they were completely united in purpose and in language. There is one other place, because ever since then we've all been divided up into tribes or cultures or countries. There's only one other time in the Bible where all of humanity is united. But it's prophecy. It's something that yet will come. You can read about it in the book of Revelations. And that is under the rule of the Antichrist, who brings the world all together with miraculous signs and wonders that he performs. But because of various crises or whatever, the world will unite completely. Now you would think, well, that's great, mankind united, but man united with a sin nature always results in defiance against God. We saw it at the Tower of Babel. We will see it when the Antichrist rules. Unity is a good thing, but when you mix in the sin nature, it spoils it, it taints it. The sin nature affects everything. It affects the way we think, the way we process information. It affects our bodies, everything. We're still in His image, but it's a bit tainted. And that's why God saw that some divisions among humanity was necessary because of the sin nature. Now someday we'll all be united in heaven without the sin nature, and that'll be a very good thing. But when we unite on a planetary basis, it will result in defiance and rebellion against God. As we read in the book of Revelations, they united and defied. So just so you understand the theological implications of this story and why it has a place in the Old Testament. Thank you for coming to Bible Doubter again.